Hello students, so continuing our lectures on sense and characteristics, the other parameters, so please refer to the previous lecture, that is lecture number 375. This is actually a continuation of the previous lecture. So we were discussing the sensor characteristics. So one characteristics that is very important is the resolution of the sensor. Resolution, it means the minimum detectable signal of fluctuations. So how small signal the signal can detect, and its ability to measure the obtain the minor changes. Secondly, a sensor may suffer saturation, that is, there is an operation limit where there is no longer responses, the sensor no longer gives responses to the input, and this is called the threshold limit of the sensor. Repeatability is another factor where occurrences of the same output when the system returns back to the same position should be there, and the direction of approach here is important, and it is quantitatively determined by the maximum change of two repeated cycles, and it is actually the percentage of the full scale. This is actually the repeatability. Then we have a position called dead band, where there is the sensitivity effect is zero, that is the output is zero. Reliability is another aspect of the sensor, where the probability that the sensor will operate without failure should be there, and that is why a proper check of the sensor should be done before putting it into practice. And then the output characteristics are important here, that the output that is obtained in the case of sensors on getting a stimulus, physical stimulus, can be of different forms. It can be in voltage, it can be current. So as the whole sensor system is not only the transduction part, there is also a detection part available with the whole instrumentation section. So the components should be compatible. That is output that is being obtained from the transducer when it is being fetched to the next level of machinery. It should be able to it will be able to identify and be compatible with the output that is getting obtained. Secondly, impedance is another factor, whereas if we are using an AC, that means and there has an inductance, capacitance, and resistance. So each of one will have a impedance of its of their own that will add up to, you need to take care of these aspects as well. And lastly, we have the environmental factors like air, soil, and water are the environmental factors. Apart from that, the noise being generated by the sensor is in use may also affect its performance, and this sensor should be also be kept free from any sort of electrical, mechanical, or thermal factors that may affect its performance. So these are overall basically we can see these are the properties of a sensor which needs to be determined or needs to be taken care of while putting it into action.